right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Farice Woods Coliseum here in Jackson, Kentucky. This is Rob Hounshell. I'm joined by Lucas Miller here for the second round of the 14th Region Basketball Tournament. We'll be bringing you the Knott County Central Patriots versus the Breathitt Bobcats. Should be another good matchup here, Lucas, to get us going here in the matinee session of the day, if you will. We had a great first round matchup between Estill and PCC, with PCC coming out victorious by 3 points. Any pregame thoughts on this one, Lucas?
Well, I think you've got two teams here that before the bracket was drawn up, everybody in the region would have said these are two of the 4 or 5 teams that could win it. And, it's a shame they have to draw up, but, that's how it plays out. And, either one of these teams are going to, have a shot to win. And, obviously Knott is led by their trio of Napier, McGuire, and Dameron. And they do most of the scoring for Knott, obviously. And then Breathitt, has a little bit more well-balanced attack, I would say. But minus Jalen Turner, who's still out today, they'll have Austin Spurry and Bryce Hoskins and Andrew Combs, who I thought came in and played extremely well in the Breathitt Wolf District Final. So I think we're going to have a pretty high scoring affair in this one. Both teams like to get up and down the floor and run. Both teams extremely well coached. B.B. King does a great job at Knott County, and obviously John Noble does a great job at Breathitt. I'm
really interested to see McGuire and Hoskins work against each other under the basket. That's a matchup that I always look forward to in these games. And watching McGuire warm up and being out on the court at this point, I can tell that he matches up really well with Bryce, and I think that's going to be a good matchup to watch. As always, the guard play, the front court play of Breathitt County is going to be quick, and they're going to come at you. And I tell you what, there's never a matchup between Knott County and Breathitt County that anybody ever backs down on either side. So,
looking back 15 years ago, this was probably the premier matchup in the 55th district for 25, 30 years. And, obviously with redistricting, things have kind of changed. I look at today's game sort of, Knott's a senior-laden team and come in with a ton of experience and everything. But this Bobcat team's not quite as experienced, but extremely talented and has the ability to play with anybody in the region. So, if the Bobcats can stay composed, and obviously they're on their home floor, so that's an advantage, I think. Anytime you get to play on your home floor, everything seems to go a little smoother. But I'm interested to see how it plays out.
Well, we're going to take a break now and go to commercial and get our sponsors on. We'll be right back.
Appalachian Wireless puts service, towers, and technology in areas that other carriers won't. With almost 300 towers in our 29 county coverage area, we know for our communities to grow, they have to have connectivity to succeed. That's why Appalachian Wireless's primary focus is to provide support and service to communities that are in our coverage area. Advancing the gap between technology and communities is our goal of providing a better tomorrow for Appalachia. We are the region's best and most reliable network. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Pdq Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
You may recognize us from some of our more lighthearted ads, but here at the law office of David A. Johnson, we take wrecks seriously, especially big truck wrecks.
Our attorneys live and work in the same communities as our clients. You may run into them at the grocery store, you may see them at the post office, but one place big insurance companies don't want to see them is here in the courtroom.
With over 35 years of experience, our clients get paid.
If you're involved in an accident, call the Car Wreck Pros.
At Jackson Deposit Bank, you will find the same small-town community bank atmosphere our loyal customers have expected and appreciated for over a century at this location. With the new name of Jackson Deposit Bank, you will now have access to the most modern banking products and services covering all your needs. Visit us online at cdbt.com, download our mobile app, or come in and let one of our dedicated customer service representatives guide you through our many new products and services, including mobile deposit, virtual wallet, and Zelle, our newest peer-to-peer payment solution. We bring the community bank to you. Visit Jackson Deposit Bank and discover how you can now bank local anywhere. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Variety Pizza. Family owned and operated, serving the community with homemade and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more for over 45 years. Located at 1189 Main Street, Jackson, Kentucky. Available for dine-in and carry-out, with private party spaces available. Stop by and visit us or call 606-666-5454.
Bank and Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, located in Jackson, Kentucky, is proud to serve Breathitt and surrounding communities. They are also proud to support the local schools and sports teams. Come in and allow them to help you with all your electric and plumbing supply needs. And now introducing Jackson Septic Supply, selling concrete septic tanks. Give Herbie and the gang a call at 606-666-4052 to see how they can help you.
All right, folks, we are back after a commercial break. We've got to pay some bills and talk about our sponsors. I want to make a quick mention of our 14th Region full game sponsors. We want to say a special thank you to First Trust Bank, Appalachian Regional Healthcare Law Office of David A. Johnson, Appalachian Wireless, Pdq Sales and Service, Go Time, and Steak and Shake. A big special thanks to them for helping bring this action to everybody on BSN. Lucas and myself and Ty have been sitting here talking about these student athletes we've got here in front of us and the great job that Coach King does with the Patriots, and of course the job that Coach John Noble does with these Bobcats. Lucas, I tell you what, there's like you were talking about earlier, there's a little bit of difference in these teams as far as experience versus youthfulness, if you will. Knott County with a little bit more experience than you'd say the Bobcats at this point as far as classmen, juniors and seniors on the court. But Breathitt County is heavy laden with athleticism at this point, and sometimes that goes around and you don't have a whole lot of, and right now we've got a wealth of it here at Breathitt County.
Yeah, you know, anytime you've got kids like Austin Sperry, and you know, a lot of people wouldn't throw Bryce Hoskins into the mix when you talk about athleticism, but I'm the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I think he's a phenomenal athlete. When you're that type of body build and you can move the way he does, you know, you're an athlete.
Yeah,
and, he's an extremely good athlete. And then, of course, Tyler Christie's another kid that can play above the rim with ease. And obviously, if Jalen was out there, he's another phenomenal athlete. But
Bryce is a young man that can play under the basket, but when he gets the opportunity to get a rebound and go down the court, he can also handle the ball well, too, for a big man. So we're getting ready to kick things off here from the Coliseum in this second-round matchup between the Knott Central Patriots and the Breathitt Bobcats. Of course, the home team will be the Breathitt County Bobcats, and the visitors, Knott County Central Patriots. Starting lineup for the Patriots, number 2, Kent Dameron, a senior. Also another senior, number 35, Josh McGuire, big man under the basket for the Patriots. Another senior, number 20, Colby Napier, young man that highly touted, been talked about a lot.
Recently signed with Transylvania University, great school, go get a postgraduate education.
Number 44, Scott Shepard. And number 23, Kaiser Sloan. I got to tell you, Lucas, the game that I've watched for the Patriots, I was really impressed with Napier, just the way he was able to move up and down the court and make things happen for this Patriots bunch.
And he always looks to take the big shot for him when it's needed, you know, which is a senior-dominated team.
Well, he's the type of player you want on your team. If you're a coach, you want to have a young man like that that always wants the ball. He wants to be right in the action defensively or offensively. For the Bobcats, number 2, Tyler Christie. He's a senior. Number 4, Luke Bellamy. The big man, the sophomore for the Bobcats, number 5, Bryce Hoskins. Number 14, one of the best freshmen, not just in this region, but in the state, if you will, Austin Sperry.
Had a phenomenal district final game. I think he went for 25.
Number 32, young man getting the start again here tonight in place of Jalen Turner, Andrew Combs. He's been the 6th man off the bench for Breathitt most of the year and has really created a big spark for this team. Let's see how he does in another starting opportunity here for the Bobcats.
Few coaches have the luxury that Coach Noble does, being able to bring somebody like Andrew Combs and insert him into the starting lineup when you have an injury. But, you know, Coach Noble was extremely lucky to have a kid like Combs, a deadly outside shooter.
Napier for the Patriots claps his hands, gets the ball, and brings it in for the Patriots. It came in early to Dameron. He's got it now. Back over to Napier, top of the key. Back to Dameron over in the corner to Shepard. Shepard outside, thought about a shot. Was Kaiser Sloan, but he drives inside, and the ball is going to be turned over to the Bobcats.
I think it's a real key to the game, Rob, is how this game's officiated. You know, we've got 2 guys that are going to battle down low.
We sure do.
And, you know, you hope both of them get a play the majority of the game as Spurry looks to drive and puts a shot up. It rolls off.
Finds an open lane early. Can't make anything happen. But the Patriots come back down the floor quickly as Dameron goes up with it. No good. Big Bryce with a rebound up the court quickly to Combs, and he'll take that shot all day if you give it to him. He misses that one.
Good-looking shot, though.
Yeah, it was. Dameron comes down with it, brings it up the court for the Patriots. Looks over to Coach King for some instruction. He's working against Bellamy. Now over to Napier, who's guarded by Andrew Combs. Works around the pick. Napier puts up a jumper, no good. Dameron saves it from going out of bounds. Kaiser Sloan under the basket to big Josh McGuire, who's open. He's going to go up and put that shot in all day if you give it to him.
Kaiser Sloan, a 2-sport athlete, quarterback for the Patriots. Nice look there. Find McGuire for the open score.
Sperry dumps it off to Combs, goes down the lane, and that ball, it was altered. I don't know if anybody got a block or he just couldn't hold on to it as Napier comes back down under the basket and puts that one in. Patriots with an early 4-0 lead over the Bobcats. Sperry tries to make something happen. No shot. Foul going to be called in the lane on number 2. That's on Kent Dameron. That's his first. Sperry will inbound the ball for the Bobcats.
Look for Sperry to come curling back in here.
Yep.
If they don't get a layup
nice
here.
Touch pass,
they get it to Hoskins, and he's fouled by McGuire. That's a big first foul early for Justin McGuire.
Well, I didn't really see that foul either. It looked to me like Bryce just lost a handle on it, but Hoskins will go to the line. That'll be the first on the big man from Knott County, Josh McGuire. Hoskins' first shot is no good, off the back of the iron.
Free throws are oh so important, as you've seen in the last game.
Yes, sir.
Estill lost by 3 and missed 8 free throws in the fourth quarter, with some were the front end of 1-and-1 as Hoskins connects on the second.
Bobcats get on the board thanks to Bryce Hoskins' free throw, 4-1, 6:25 to go in the first as Dameron brings the ball up the court. Coach King shouting out instructions as Dameron works against Bellamy. Now over to McGuire on the right wing. Now back to Shepard. Now over in the corner to Dameron. Back out top of the key to Sloan. Now back to McGuire on the right side of the arc. Back to Dameron, top of the key. Over inside now to Napier. Napier's working against Combs, goes up with it, and it's in. It's hard to contest a young man like that if he's under the basket. That's where Kobe Napier wants to play. Christie with it, out to Sperry at the top of the key. Drives, goes up and under. Can't get the shot to fall. McGuire with a big rebound for the Patriots. Dameron pushes it up the court.
This is where Dameron's the most dangerous when you get into transition. Coach Nova's going to get a timeout here.
Right under the basket to an open Kobe Napier, who puts it up and in. 5:33 to go in the first. Knott County with an early 7-point lead, 8-1. It's a good thing Coach Noble got that timeout in when he did, Lucas.
Yeah, Knott, like we talked about, they're a senior-laden team. They've been in the regional tournament several times and played in a lot of big games. They're always on the attack. They don't always play fast, but they always are looking to attack you and find a good high percentage shot. Breathitt's got to just kind of slow everything down mentally here. I think they've got to look to get Sperry going downhill, maybe for a kick out to Combs or Bellamy, or a bucket at the rim.
Yeah.
And just try to get everything, once that ball goes through the hole, everybody relaxes, and it turns into a basketball game.
I want to say a big shout out to Connie and Steve Hale. I know they're probably watching this game. I got a great message from her this morning, and just want to make a quick mention and shout out to them. Appreciate them watching. I sure appreciate BSN and all that we do. Every chance we get, we want to brag on these student athletes. That's why we're here, folks. Make sure that you get out and visit our sponsors. We'll be talking about them throughout the day. Sperry brings the ball up the court, dishes over to Bellamy now. Over to Combs, back to Bellamy. Bellamy back to Sperry.
Coach King switched his defense as Christie gets the shot blocked there.
Went inside to Christie, and he couldn't make it happen as he got it blocked. Dameron going to bring it up the court for the Patriots. Over in the corner to Shepard. Shepard finds Napier, now back to Shepard. Back to Dameron. Dameron's a quick little guard. They got to keep their eye out on him. Shepard brings it around top of the key. Now over to Sloan. Back to Napier. I tell you what, look at the battle underneath the basket as McGuire's trying to get position on Hoskins. Hoskins comes up with the rebound right there. Sperry going to drive the lane, go in amongst everybody, and put in a nice layup by Austin Sperry. 4:45 to go, 3-8. Bobcats down 5 to the Patriots. Dameron sets up, calls the offense. Working against Luke Bellamy, now over to Shepard. Shepard over to McGuire. Now Sloan at the free throw line, top the key, back out to Dameron.
Breathitt's doing a really good job of helping off Knott County's non-shooters and trying to clog that lane up. Napier gets it on the block there. Charge there.
Wow.
Good job there by Andrew Combs.
Nice defensive effort by Combs as he sets up shop and draws the charge against Kobe Napier. That'll be Napier's first. Andrew Combs with a big test in front of him today as he's working against Napier. That'll be the first on Kobe.
Knott County's went to a 2-3 zone here now. Extended out.
Christie with it over to Sperry. Sperry's going to look back over to Combs. He's open from the corner for 3, and it's in for Andrew Combs. 6-8, 3:57 to go in the first. Combs trying to shake off a little nerves maybe early, Lucas.
Nothing helps more than seeing the ball go through the net.
That's right. Sloan working against Sperry over on the right-hand wing. Back out to Dameron, top of the key. Back over to Sloan. Sloan looking inside, can't find what he wants. Finds Napier at the free throw line. Back to Sloan at the top of the key. He's going to drive, goes up for a layup. Nice scoop shot by Sloan. That's going to make it 10-6 Patriots. Bellamy brings the ball across midcourt. Passes over to Sperry.
Knott County doesn't have anybody on the floor that can guard Spurry in a one-on-one situation. So I'm really looking for Coach Noble to start trying to get him into the lane and trying to open things up for the rest of the Bobcats.
You know, really a good matchup is Napier and Sperry, but I think, you know, as far as quickness, I'd say Dameron's probably the closest in quickness to Sperry on this Patriots team. Dish inside to McGuire. He gets it out to Shepard. He turns on Christie, goes up for a shot, no good. McGuire with a big rebound as he bodies in against big Bryce Hoskins. Hoskins comes down with that miss.
Now you're seeing some of that athleticism by Hoskins.
Pushes the ball up the court. Quick pass to Sperry underneath the Christie. Goes up against McGuire. Shot's no good. McGuire gets it off to Dameron. Dameron going to go into the lane against Bellamy. That call is going to go against Luke Bellamy. 2:35 to go in the first.
One of the craftiest players as far as driving and trying to draw fouls. He does what a lot of people call flop a lot and tries to draw a lot of fouls. He's done that for a long time. And we had one Knott County player still trying to get off the floor.
McGuire is going to go out for the Patriots. Number 4, Jaron Huff comes in the game. Dameron working against Bellamy at the top of the key. Knott County with a much smaller lineup with Huff coming in and McGuire going out. As you see Napier, Colby Napier take Andrew Combs right to the basket. That shot's up and in. 12-6 Patriots. Ball over to Bellamy. Bellamy thought about a long three. Dishes to Christie. Christie gives to Hoskins. Hoskins turns inside. Can't get it to go. Ball going to go out of bounds. Turned over to the Patriots.
Good ball movement there by the Bobcats. Just couldn't get the shot to go.
Yeah. Shepard going to inbound the ball for the Patriots. Up to Dameron. Kent Dameron brings the ball across midcourt. Finds Sloan. Sloan working against Sperry. Looking for Napier inside. Can't get him.
5-second call there. Good defense there, Boston Sperry.
5-second call. I tell you what, good defense by Andrew Combs at times. He had Napier manned up as he was making his turn through the lane. And Sloan couldn't find Napier that time. Good defense by Sperry also.
Not sure what we're discussing here.
Meeting of the minds here at midcourt. We'll see what's going on at the scorers table.
I look for Coach Noble at some point in the game to put Tyler Christie on Napier also. Christie's a really good athlete.
Lengthy.
Might bother him with some of his length and athleticism. You know, Combs is doing a good job on him right now, making him work.
Christie with it now over to Sperry, top of the key. He's going to thought about driving in against Napier. Going to put up a long three. Rims out, no good. Rebound down to Sloan. Now up to Dameron. Dameron brings the ball up for the Patriots. Over to Sloan. Thought about the three. He's going to drive against Sperry. Goes up, no good. Hoskins with the rebound. Dish up the court to Sperry. Sperry
nice pass
over in the corner to Combs for three. It's good.
Set up
Andrew
Austin
Combs.
Sperry's driving kick there.
Combs with 2 for 3. Brings the Bobcats within 3. 1:10 to go in the first. 9-12. Got to be tremendous for Andrew's confidence right now early in this game. Drive by Napier's no good as Hoskins and Shepard get tied up on the going after the ball.
It'll be Breathitt basketball.
Jump ball will go to the Bobcats. Now just a big time play by Andrew Combs to hit that open three and bring the Bobcats within 3.
Every time one of his or Bellamy's threes go in, that opens up that lane so much more for Spurry's drives and Hoskins to operate down there. Knott County's still in a zone, but if Breathitt continues to hit open looks, they'll have to switch out of it.
Bellamy in the corner, he's going to shoot the three. It's no good off the front of the rim, but a big rebound by Bryce Hoskins as he works inside against Napier. Ball was tipped by Huff. Hoskins couldn't hang on to it. Young man off the bench, number 1, Drake Sloan, going to come into the ball game.
Really talented 8th grade guard for the Patriots.
Look for big things for him in this region coming forward as Napier goes to the lane to shoot the open shot and dished.
We have a foul away from the ball, I think, on Hoskins.
Sloan had an open shot, but the foul came before he was able to get the ball off under the basket. That's going to be Bryce Hoskins' first foul. Been a few minutes since we've seen McGuire in the game. They've sat him down for a few good minutes. He's got a good rest with Huff being in the ball game.
Usually when he leaves, they'll set a double screen here for Napier if he wanted it, but he took the first shot. Spurrier with a high rebound, looks to push, he drives, puts the shot up.
Oh.
And it'll be called for a charge.
He'll be called for the charge.
I thought Napier might have been under the rim there.
Yeah, I did too.
That's why we're up here and they're down there.
All right. Breathitt faithful not liking that call at all. Sloan, 8th grade guard, going to bring it up the court. Dishes over to Napier. And we're going to get another
illegal
quick
screen, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
Bobcats will get the ball out of bounds right in front of their bench. Christie. Inbound the ball to Spurrier.
Plenty of time to get a good shot here. Spurrier's going to jump. Kick to Bellamy. It's good if it goes, but it doesn't.
Off the backboard, no good for Bellamy. That brings us to the end of the first quarter. 9-12, 3-point game. Patriots with the lead. We'll take a quick minute to run down some sponsors off our list here. We want to say special thanks to First Trust Bank, locations in Hazard, London, and Richmond. Also Appalachian Regional Healthcare, Healthcare System of Appalachia. Law Office of David A. Johnson, locations in Hazard and Jackson. Eastern Kentuckians fighting for Eastern Kentucky. Appalachian Wireless, where you always get more from Appalachian Wireless. Pdq Sales and Services, formerly Jackson Wholesale. Let Dan McIntyre and the boys take care of you and all your wholesale needs. And also Steak and Shake and Go Time with 6 locations here in our region. Folks, if you get a chance, get out and speak to our sponsors. Patronize them and let them know that you heard about them here on BSN's broadcast of the 14th Region Tournament. Great first quarter of action, Lucas.
Yeah, you know, both teams came out, played really physical, you know, against each other on defense. And, you know, 9-12, one-possession ball game here going into the second quarter. Knott will have it. McGuire's checked back in. Dameron looks to be getting his first break of the night. Breathitt still got their starters in.
Napier with it over in the corner to Huff. Huff looks inside for McGuire, working against Hoskins. They're going to find him. He turns, goes up. He can't get the shot off, but a nice putback by Huff, but it didn't go. And now Spurrier's going to push it up the court quick for the Bobcats. Turns, goes up, and they're going to call the foul on Drake Sloan. And I think that's his first.
I think Spurrier has to look to do that as much as possible.
Yeah.
You know, Knott County's not as quick as Breathitt, getting back on defense in transition. Obviously, Spurrier's one of the quicker guards in the region. You know, he has to look to get down there before McGuire and Shepard and Sloan get back on defense.
Well,
he converts the first one there.
Yeah, Coach Noble really looking for Spurrier and Christie and some extra points out of a few players with Jalen Turner not being in the game. And Spurrier's able to hit that one. That brings the Bobcats within 1. Closest they've been since early in the first quarter. 7:35 here to go in the second. Sloan over in the corner to Huff. Now inside to McGuire, working against Bryce Hoskins. Goes up, gets that one to fall.
Can't let him get it that deep. He caught it inside the lane there, and that's something, you know, once he gets it there, as Spurrier's going to fire the 3, short. McGuire with another rebound.
Bellamy went up to get that one, but McGuire beat him to it. Sloan brings the ball up the court. For the Patriots, finds Sloan. Now to Huff. Napier on the drive, puts up a shot, no good. Ball going to go out of bounds. Turn over to the Bobcats.
Dameron going to check in for Kaiser Sloan here.
Tell you what, that's a quick front court with Dameron and Drake Sloan there together.
Yes.
Sloan and Hoskins talking there in the front court. as Sperry brings the ball up. Working at the top of the key. 2-3 zone by the Patriots. Christie going to break out on the left wing. Now over to Hoskins on the right side. Over to Combs. Back to Christie in the corner. Dribbles back out to the top of the key.
The Patriots are really extending their zone out and pushing the Bobcats out a little bit. Combs going to have another open look. It's a little hard. Hoskins with the offensive rebound, though. Hits Combs cutting. Combs puts it up and in.
Nice play. As Bryce was able to find Combs coming down the lane. Combs doesn't get the three, but he drives the lane and picks up the jump shot under the basket. 13-14, 6:19 to go in the second. Drake Sloan running the point for the Patriots, working against Sperry. Dishes over to Huff. Huff back to Dameron. Dameron working against Bellamy, top of the key. Coach King calls out some instructions. Combs knocks that away. Sperry comes up with it behind the back. He's going to go into the lane, spins.
Nice pass
dishes
out.
To Combs.
And they've got a block there on Huff.
Yep. Sperry did a great job finding Combs open for the shot in the corner, but Huff was right under the basket when Sperry dished it off.
The Bobcats will be shooting 1-1 for the rest of the first half here.
7 fouls on the Patriots right now. Only 3 on the Bobcats. Sperry at the free throw line.
It's good awareness by Sperry, you know, to
really
find Combs. Combs is hot right now.
Yeah.
And as a point guard, you know, you want to try to keep somebody feeling as confident as possible once they've seen it go through 2 or 3 times there.
Sperry's second shot off the front of the rim. Hoskins tries to get the call under the basket on McGuire and doesn't. Dameron at the point for the Patriots. Now to Drake Sloan.
We haven't talked about the defensive performance of Luke Bellamy, but, you know, Kent Dameron's a very high-powered offensive weapon for the Patriots, and he's not had any effect on the game at all hardly right now. So Bellamy doing a really good job.
Yeah, he is. Dameron's a quick guard, too. I mean, when he gets a chance at going down the lane, he's in there. He's gone. Dish inside to McGuire. Now out to Huff for 3. Looked good, but it rims out.
That's really
Rebound
good.
to Sperry. Sperry up the court to Christie. Ball was tipped by Huff. He goes to
and that's the second foul on Josh McGuire.
Huff tried to intercept the pass, hit the floor, or lost control. Christie with it inside. And that foul's going to be on McGuire.
That's a bad break for the Patriots there. They almost had the interception, if you would, and it went right to Combs or Christie, and he was able to attack McGuire and get the second foul.
Well, Coach Noble was wanting the Bobcats to push the ball down the court quick, and that long pass was meant for Christie.
We'll have to see. It looks like Coach King's going to trust his big center, McGuire, to stay in and play with 2 fouls. This is a really risky move here.
Risky move with 5 minutes left to go in the second. They sat him for 2 or 3 minutes in that first quarter. Going to leave him in at this point. 16-14 as the Bobcats take the lead. 5:08 to go here in the second before the half. Drake Sloan brings the ball up the court against Sperry. McGuire out over in the corner now to Huff. Now back to a running Dameron, who's going to step back, shoot the 3, no good. Sky and rebound tipped by Bellamy up to Hoskins. Hoskins able to control it. Looks to Combs and the ball's taken away.
Coach Noble was really upset with Hoskins about not just slowing everything down and getting it to a guard. He made a good hustle play. As they're battling down low again. That's the second foul on Hoskins.
Dameron had the ball over in the corner, found McGuire inside. And, man, him and Hoskins really going after it. And Hoskins going to be called.
And Coach Noble, he's going to pull Hoskins out. And I think this is a smart decision here.
Yeah, I think so, too.
It's 16-14. You can't win the game in the second quarter, but you can lose it if you lose one of your primary players to foul trouble.
So with 4:35 to go before the half, Coach Noble makes the decision to sit the big man, Bryce Hoskins. As Sperry comes down with the rebound for the Bobcats, pushes over to Christie, who's open for 3. Rims out, no good. Caden Turner goes for the rebound, but can't save it out of bounds.
Good hustle play there by Turner, coming in and trying to make something happen as soon as he gets in the ball game.
Huff inbounds the ball to Drake Sloan. Sloan brings the ball
I kind of thought Coach King would pull McGuire once Hoskins went out.
I did too. I've been waiting for it. I kind of thought he might give him a rest.
Yeah.
Dameron with it over to Sloan in the corner. He thought about taking the shot, but he gives to McGuire underneath against Christie, and it's good. 16-16. 4:04 to go in the second. Bellamy over to Sperry now.
I'd like to see the Bobcats try to drive into the gap of this zone and either make McGuire make a decision on having to challenge a shot or let somebody go.
They need to challenge him at this point. And there goes Sperry in against him with a scoop. No good. No foul called. Dameron brings it up quick for the Patriots. Sets, gives to Huff. Huff's going to shoot the three. No, backs out of it. Now to Napier in the corner for three. It rims out. Big rebound for Caden Turner. I think Coach Noble really wants Sperry to slow things down right here just for a minute. Christie inside to Turner. Turner working against McGuire. Wow. Nice spin move by Caden Turner. Wow. What a move by the young man that came in for Bryce Hoskins as he turned on McGuire and put that one in. 18-16 Bobcats. Now McGuire going to work against Christie and Turner, and he comes back, puts it in.
He's too big to play behind.
Yeah.
When you give up as much weight as Christie does, you're going to have to try to front him or at least three-quarter him and maybe double him.
Bellamy going to drive, goes up for a layup, rims out, no good. Turner fighting for the rebound.
I'll tell you what.
It's in for Caden Turner.
This young man's going to play today, boys.
Yes, sir. Caden Turner lights the Breathitt faithful up behind us as he kept battling for the rebound. And able to go back up with it.
Now on McGuire.
20-18 Bobcats. 2:30 to go before the half. Sloan in the corner. Over to McGuire in the middle. Dishes to Napier. Knocked down. Bellamy comes up with it. Good knockdown by Sperry. Combs over to Sperry. Now in the corner to Christie. Christie going to step back, shoot the three. And it rims in for three for Tyler Christie as the Bobcats are starting to extend it just a little bit with a 5-point lead right now. Big shot by Tyler Christie.
Well, you know, you've got to say that right now, Caden Turner's came in and made the difference in the game with his energy.
Yes, sir. He's sparked this Bobcat club at this point. Patriots looking for an answer for Caden Turner right now. Drake Sloan with it, sets up shop. Dish to Napier, now to Dameron.
Coach Noble's doing a good job now. He's dropping Austin Sperry into double as soon as the ball goes to the wing. And Christie's
Christie's all over McGuire, yeah.
You've got to force somebody else from Knott to hit a shot besides McGuire in the low post. You know, obviously Damier and Napier are quality. Christie takes the charge, sure does.
Big charge.
Yes, sir.
Called on Kent Dameron as Christie wasn't moving his feet. He takes the charge. Might ought to take a look at Christie. He's wiping his nose. Might have caught an elbow.
He's a senior. He ain't coming out of this game.
He's going to wipe it and hide, go to the corner.
They'll have to remove him themselves. He ain't checking out of this one.
1:36 to go before the half. Bobcats with a little momentum now against a hard-fighting Patriot team.
I really like this by Coach Noble here. He's going to make Knott County come out and play man-to-man. And that's Kent down.
Oh, they're going to call that on Austin Sperry. Is that 2 on Austin?
I think so.
Yeah, that's 2 on.
We'll have Blake Ritchie checking in.
Ritchie going to come in and give Sperry a break.
That's one of those calls that could have definitely went either way.
Either way, yeah.
And, you know.
Hard call to make. Patriots now look to dampen the momentum of the Bobcats with that foul called on Sperry. Sloan with it, top of the key, working against Ritchie. Inside to Napier, now tipped to McGuire, and a nice save by Bellamy. Up the court to Christie. Christie going to go all the way into the basket, and he's going to get called for the charge.
Well, you know, right now, Coach Noble, he's got, you know, his point guard on the bench, and then who is probably his second or third point guards in street clothes right now. So, you know, he has to look for some leadership out there. Look for Luke Bellamy to try to get this ball in his hands and finish out this last minute.
Dameron's going to drive, kicks back to Sloan, now to Shepard. Shepard looks over in the corner, finds Dameron for three. Rims out, no good. Big rebound by Ritchie. Shepard tries to tie him up with a jump ball and does.
That'll be Breathitt County ball.
It's going to go to the Bobcats. 47.4 to go.
Maybe Austin Spurdy come back in, but Coach Noble's going to roll with it. He's going to hold for one here.
Yep. Bellamy walks it up for the Bobcats.
Knott's going to go man-to-man now.
Just about have to right now at this point.
Coach Noble's going to run some flex offense to buy a little time, probably till he wants to get into his offense with about 10 seconds to go.
Christie over to Combs. Napier on Combs. Napier going after the ball. Combs comes back with it. He's going to drive, kicks over in the corner to Turner for three. Caden Turner for three. The young man showing he's got distance as he steps back behind the arc, 26-18. Maybe not the shot or the player Coach Noble was looking for at the time, but Caden got it. As
Napier was a huge three to help slow this Breathitt momentum down. Bellamy's going to get a good look here.
Got it! Good. That's a buzzer. A big shot by Luke Bellamy. Wow.
You know, right there, I think Knott County kind of relaxed the last 4 seconds of the half. And Luke Bellamy asserts himself and knocks down a huge three for a ton of momentum going into halftime. Give the Bobcats a 29-21 lead.
I'll tell you what, we're going to have to take a commercial break. I'll grab a drink of water. We'll let Ty back pay some bills. We'll be right back, folks.
Appalachian Wireless puts service, towers, and technology in areas that other carriers won't. With almost 300 towers in our 29 county coverage area, we know for our communities to grow, they have to have connectivity to succeed. That's why Appalachian Wireless's primary focus is to provide support and service to communities that are in our coverage area. Advancing the gap between technology and communities is our goal of providing a better tomorrow for Appalachia. We are the region's best and most reliable network. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Pdq Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
You may recognize us from some of our more lighthearted ads, but here at the law office of David A. Johnson, we take wrecks seriously, especially big truck wrecks.
Our attorneys live and work in the same communities as our clients. You may run into them at the grocery store, you may see them at the post office, but one place big insurance companies don't want to see them is here in the courtroom.
With over 35 years of experience, our clients get paid.
If you're involved in an accident, call the Car Wreck Pros.
Bank Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Variety Pizza. Family owned and operated, serving the community with homemade and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more for over 45 years. located at 1189 Main Street, Jackson, Kentucky. Available for dine-in and carry-out, with private party spaces available. Stop by and visit us or call 606-666-5454.
At Jackson Deposit Bank, you will find the same small-town community bank atmosphere our loyal customers have expected and appreciated for over a century at this location. With the new name of Jackson Deposit Bank, you will now have access to the most modern banking products and services covering all your needs. Visit us online at cdbt.com, download our mobile app, or come in and let one of our dedicated customer service representatives guide you through our many new products and services, including mobile deposit, virtual wallet, and Zelle, our newest peer-to-peer payment solution. We bring the community bank to you. Visit Jackson Deposit Bank and discover how you can now bank local anywhere. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, folks, we're back from the Farice Woods Coliseum, where the Breathitt County Bobcats have a 29-21 lead over the Knott Central Patriots. Lucas Miller, what do you think about that first half of action?
Well, you know, some people might be shocked by the score, not the fact that Breathitt has the lead, but how they went about getting it. You know, you had a kid, Caden Turner, came into the game with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter and had a huge impact with 7 big points for the Bobcats.
Yeah.
And, you know, 2 of those buckets coming with Josh McGuire on him, someone he's probably given 7-8 inches up to in the lane. And then hits a huge big 3. And, you know, then obviously at the end of the quarter, end of the half, Napier hits a shot in the corner. And I thought not relaxed the last 5 or 6 seconds. And Bellamy done a great job of getting down the floor, getting himself into a shot that he really likes, a pull-up 3, and knocks it down. Brendan, you've came up to join us here.
Well, man,
pretty exciting first half, right?
Woo, you got to tell me, but I tell you what, it's great to have fans back in the stands. This is exciting. Down there on the floor where I'm shooting, man, I tell you what, you can feel it. The people are, even though we've got a capacity, you know, we're not at capacity. Telling you what, if we didn't have COVID, this place would be packed to the gills of people falling down the aisles right now.
And you can see it on the kids' faces and the way they're playing, as hard as they're playing.
Back to it, but man, what intensity! Tell you what, Caden Turner just came off the bench there and just gave Breathitt such a lift. You could see it when he took that first one to McGuire and scored over him. You could see all the Breathitt kids just perk up. You know, when the energy comes. So it's that'll be a big factor down the stretch here, because you know McGuire got 2 as well.
Yes.
Yeah, they let him go with 2,
they did.
And that was huge that he didn't pick up number 3 down the stretch. But wow, what a game, folks! Thanks for joining us here on BSN. I didn't get to do much. We have been running wild and scrambling here, trying to get everything going with the press conferences and taking pics and everything here the first little bit. So thank you to our sponsors. I made a bunch of calls, and thank you all for signing on with us. Huge streams. I tell you, we had a lot on that first game, this one as well. Jump over on YouTube with us. You know, if you're on Facebook, give us a subscription there on YouTube as well. That helps us so much.
It's free. I want to remind everybody of that, you know.
Yeah, subscription doesn't mean
you have to pay.
It's free.
It's not like Sports Illustrated now. This is BSN, so you got to. But jump on there and give us a subscription. You guys doing a wonderful job calling this game up here. Appreciate you so much, and thanks for everybody across the 14th region that chooses us on BSN to be your broadcast for these games. Because I got to say, you know, I'm not calling this one. You guys do an excellent job, and I'll say that.
Well, you know, we're about 2 minutes and 20 seconds away from the second half getting started here. We was talking a minute ago. I really look for Knott County to try to make a concerted effort. They've been doing this since the start of the game, but even more so, trying to get the ball into Josh McGuire in the lane and trying to get Kobe Napier shots. In the first half, they scored all but 2 of Knott's points.
Yeah.
And those 2 players did. And, you know, obviously Coach Noble is, you know, putting some pressure on the rest of the Knott County players to hit some shots. And it played out for him in the first half the way he wanted it to.
Well, I still think you're going to see a big day by Colby Napier.
Sure.
I've just, I've watched enough and seen enough of him.
He's just a great athlete.
Yeah, in this basketball season to know that he's going to come up big somewhere for this Patriots team.
And let me say, and I'll get out of here, guys. There at the end of the first half, hitting that three for Colby was huge because now they have to honor him. Early in the season when these two teams met in the All-A over there, Colby was not hitting threes.
Yeah.
He didn't. And he talked to his dad. He didn't hit a three for the first half of the season, really, very, very consistently. But knocking down that three is going to give him more room to drive. If Breathitt comes back out of the zone, when they went to the 2-3, they're in the man-to-man with him. It was hard to keep up. So they went to the 2-3 and really kind of changed Knott's offense there.
Well, and, when you talk about Knott, you've got 3 or 4 seniors down there. And the next game you lose is your last game you'll ever play for Knott County Central, or Breathitt County if you're a senior for Breathitt. And that motivates you a little bit more. Once it's do or die time, you're going to leave it all out there. So I look for Knott to really come out and try to attack this young Bobcat team who has played extremely composed in the first half. They had minimal turnovers and had great ball movement, I thought. But I look for Knott to try to really turn up the pressure defensively the first 3 or 4 minutes of the second half here.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Jalen being out spurs other people to play well. And you've got Caden, Blake Ritchie came in and gave him some great minutes there in the first half. So, but this Knott County team with Dameron and Shepard and Colby and Josh, man, the senior leaders are just, we'll see. Second half's going to be fun, folks. Join us. Keep on tuning in. We appreciate you. Share this to everybody out there because let's honor our kids of Eastern Kentucky and how hard they're working and how good they are, guys. Thank you.
Special thanks again to the sponsors of this 14th Region Tournament: Appalachian Regional Healthcare, First Trust Bank, Law Office of David A. Johnson, Appalachian Wireless, Pdq Sales and Service, Go Time, and Steak and Shake. Big thanks to those sponsors, folks. Make sure you get out and tell them you heard about them on our BSN broadcast as we get started in the third quarter. 29-21, Bobcats with the lead. Dameron now over to Shepard. In the corner to Sloan. Back out to Dameron, top of the key, over to Colby Napier. Now in the corner on the left side.
Bobcats have went to a 2-3 zone here.
2-3 zone matchup, yep. Napier inside to McGuire. Bounces, works off Hoskins. Can't get it. Big rebound by Sperry. Noble wants him pushing up the court. Combs in the corner. Fake the three. Back to Christie for three. No good. Hoskins tries to chase it down. Can't get to it. Ball going to go to the Patriots.
I think Combs wanted to shoot that, and I don't think he could get the handle quick enough to shoot it, and then had to kick out there.
You got to lock a shooter because I don't think it felt right to him.
Yeah.
I think that's why he got rid of it. We talked a lot about these kids coming in and making a difference for the Bobcats. Andrew Combs getting a start today. He's done a great job this season.
B.B. King tries to run his triangle here with Dameron, Napier, McGuire, his 3 best players. As Kaiser Sloan steps up and hits a big 3, and that's a big one for the Patriots.
Yeah. That's going to put him with 5 points now.
Having somebody else at the Bobcats have to acknowledge is open out there,
Now, Brendan talked about it. They got to honor Napier, and now they got to look at Sloan. He can step back and hit it. Hoskins going to work from the free throw line. He backs McGuire in. Can't hit the shot. McGuire with the rebound. Ball up quick to Napier, and its shot is good from the corner.
Coach Noble's going to get a timeout.
And the Bobcats with 6:33 to go in the third have got to stop the momentum of the Patriots, 29-27, as the Patriots have came out hot.
Well, we talked about it there right before the half started. Knott's going to come out. They're not going to lay down. BB's not going to let them lay down. And I thought it was a great time out there by Coach Noble.
Yeah.
Get his guys over here. Hey, let's calm down. Let's get back to what worked in the first half. And, just kind of stop the momentum the Patriots had there. And the Bobcats come down, get a bucket, and everything settles back in for them.
Both clubs with all the starters to start the third quarter. Still in the game. Sperry inbounds the ball to Bellamy. Now back to Sperry. Sperry going to bring it up for Coach Noble.
Knott's still in their 3-2 zone.
Christie in the corner, catches it. Looks back to Sperry. Sperry going to drive around the pick by Hoskins. Dish in the corner to Combs. Open 3. Oh, in and out by Andrew Combs.
Went down and out.
Dameron pushes it up the court to Sloan. Sloan goes up for the basket. No good, and he's going to be fouled. I think that's 3 on Sperry.
It is. You know, there's a great design set there by Coach Noble. Got the shot he wanted. It went halfway down and popped back out on Andrew Combs. But the Patriots done a good job of getting the rebound and getting it up the floor quick. Put the Bobcats in a position where they had to foul.
Sloan going to step to the line for the Patriots. First shot rolls in. Sperry going to take a seat for a few minutes with 3 fouls as Caden Turner comes back in for the Bobcats.
I think Coach Noble just wanted to get him over to the bench and say, you know, let's take a deep breath. Let's not pick that 4th foul up.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tie ball game basically. Tie ball game now. And
another big shot by Sloan brings the Patriots evened up at 29 with the Bobcats. Bellamy across midcourt working against Dameron. Over to Combs.
Knott switched back to a man-to-man. Coach King, he likes to switch defenses.
Combs.
Over and back.
To Bellamy.
That's actually a really good play there on Luke Bellamy's behalf to hit that ball and make it be over and back, because if it wasn't, there was a good chance Dameron was going to be able to pick it up and go in for a wide open layup. So now Breathitt gets to set their defense there as a heads-up play by Bellamy.
Dameron brings it across midcourt for the Patriots. Looks inside to McGuire. Works against Hoskins, and he gets that shot to fall. 31-29 as the Patriots go in front.
The Patriots are on a 10-0 lead here to start the 3rd quarter.
Bellamy works against Dameron, drives inside the lane, dishes over to Hoskins. Hoskins works against McGuire. McGuire says you don't want any. Hoskins going to drive. Dishes over in the corner to Combs. Combs now inside to Christie. Christie backs around to Hoskins. McGuire tries to come up with it, and he does on the ground. Smart decision to call a timeout.
Coach Noble wanted the walk. He thought he slid on the floor a little bit, but he got the timeout before the walk was called. So I think that's Knott's first timeout, maybe their second.
Really good decision by McGuire to call that as he's laying on his back holding the ball on the court. A lot of people thought that walk would have been called.
You know, I think Breathitt, they've just got to find a way to get that first bucket.
Yeah.
Right now, everything's kind of got a little tight. Everybody's, you know, feeling a little bit of pressure. Knotts came out and had a little more intensity the first 2.5 minutes of this 3rd quarter. And Breathitt's just got to take a deep breath and get back into what they've done in the first half.
Well, Knott's been successful in this 3rd quarter, and they've taken away all the momentum that the Bobcats had starting out.
Yeah.
As you see, Napier going to bring the ball in for the Patriots, working against Combs. Over to Dameron. Dameron looks inside.
Hoskins and McGuire are really battling down low.
Shepard with it. Hands back off to Napier. Patriots trying to slow things down. Over to Shepard. Shepard back to Napier, top of the key.
Coach King really wanted Shepard to throw the ball to McGuire there. But Christie's playing off of him, and Dameron goes back door.
Tries to make a backdoor pass to Shepard, and no luck, but there's going to be a foul called under the basket.
That'll be 3 on Bryce Hoskins.
McGuire goes to the line to shoot the free throws. 2 fouls on the Bobcats at this point, none for the Patriots to start the 2nd half. 4:30 to go.
McGuire banks that one in.
McGuire calls bank on that one. Hits the first shot. Hoskins going to come out. Sperry comes back in for the Bobcats. Sperry, Turner, Christie, Bellamy, and Combs in the game for Coach John Noble. McGuire's 2nd shot bounces off. No good. Sperry going to push it up for the Bobcats. Drives down the lane, goes in against McGuire with a floater. Nice shot by Sperry.
I think Coach Noble has to try to get that a little more often on a missed shot. You know, you've got to try to get into transition before Knott's able to get back and set their defense.
Well, that's the kind of run out, if you will, that Sperry really likes. He likes to go to the basket like that. Shepard over on the left side, top of the key to Sloan. Inside to McGuire.
He's going to spin back to the baseline. That's a charge.
And they got him for a charge. Christie sets up, takes the charge, and that's going to be
three on McGuire now.
On McGuire with 4:05 to go here in the third. McGuire with only 2 fouls to give for the rest of the game. Nice move, but you had to be looking for that charge, and Christie saw it coming. Sperry brings it up for the Bobcats. Dishes over to Bellamy. Bellamy working against Dameron. Moves over into the corner to Sperry. Sperry dribbles, spins, goes in against Sloan for a layup. No good, can't get it. McGuire with the rebound over to Dameron. Dameron stops, puts up a 3. No good off the front of the rim. He's going to chase it down as it comes back to him.
Bellamy really trying to take away the right hand of Dameron. Dameron is a predominantly right-handed player. Bellamy doing a great job forcing him left as they get it back into McGuire, and he kicks out now.
Shepard over to Dameron, top of the key.
Napier really wanting that ball down there in the low block.
Yeah, you can tell it. Oh, man, ball off the rim, and Christie comes down with it as it hit McGuire, but Christie comes up with it up to Turner, can't hold on to it. Over the outstretched arm of Caden Turner, out of bounds.
That's a play Coach Noble, he's going to live with that.
Yeah,
you know, he's trying to do the right thing.
Exactly.
Just didn't get it executed perfectly.
Dameron comes across midcourt for the Patriots with the ball. Dishes to Napier. Napier works around Combs. Goes up for a shot, no good. Rebound down to Bellamy, saves it in bounds, and he had to throw it back in, and Napier comes up with it. Back to Dameron. Dameron on the right wing, drives in against Bellamy right under the basket, and they're going to call Bellamy for the foul. Nice move by Dameron to the basket. Not much you could do if you're Luke Bellamy in that point.
He finally got to go to the right there and was able to get downhill enough to get into Bellamy's chest.
32-31. Patriots with a 1-point lead, looking to extend it from the free throw line. That one rolls off. Sperry thought he had a free shot to the hoop. Dameron shooting 2. Second shot for Kent Dameron as he toes the line. It's up and it's in. That'll make it 33-31 Patriots.
Coach Skeen's going to get McGuire out probably for the rest of the third quarter and try to.
Smart decision, really.
Try to get through with him having 3 fouls going into the fourth.
Spurry across midcourt for the Bobcats. He's going to drive the lane against Sloan, and they're going to get Sloan for the foul.
Sloan was late moving over.
Yeah, he was.
Spurry beat him to the spot there.
It's hard to set up against Spurry. He's so quick, you don't know which direction he's going to go, and Sloan got caught moving that time.
Christie thought about the 3, found Bellamy. Bellamy being pressured by Dameron, drives, kicks to Combs, back to Christie now. I really look for the Bobcats to attack the rim here with McGuire out.
2:20 to go in the third. Spurry going to put up a 3, no good. Napier comes down with the rebound.
Looks like Shepard turned his ankle there.
Shepard came down on it funny.
Coach King says, play on.
He's all right.
Yeah.
The referee saw it. That's where the whistle came from.
Yeah. 2:12 remaining in the third. Knott County Central ahead of the Bobcats, 33-31, and they have the ball here.
Dameron over to Sloan. Kaiser Sloan looks inside. Can't fit Napier. He finds Dameron. Dameron's going to drive with Bellamy on him. Dish inside. Nice pass by Dameron to find Napier under the basket. 2 more points for Colby Napier, 35-31. 1:47 to go in the third. Spurry over to Christie.
Big minute and 40 seconds for the Bobcats.
It sure is.
They don't have to score a bunch of points, but they can't.
Spurry going to drive. It's blocked by Shepard. Shepard up the court now to Dameron. Dameron slows things down. Now he's going to take it in. Dishes off to Napier again under the basket. It's in and good.
Bobcats need a score now to kind of slow this momentum down.
Got to find an answer. Got to find an answer for Dameron and Napier. Nice pass by Dameron twice in a row with the assist to Napier. Napier cutting to the basket to put that one in. 1:06 to go. And we got a quick whistle under the basket.
If that's a double foul, I don't know who it was on. Oh, it's on Luke Bellamy and Kent Dameron.
Yep.
I didn't really see what happened, but must have got
37-31, Patriots with a 6-point lead as you see Drake Sloan come back into the game and also Huff back into the game for the Patriots. Dameron going to sit and Kaiser Sloan's going to sit. No. Sloan's still in the game, my bad. Who'd Huff come in for?
I think he came in for McGuire a minute ago, or a second ago, I think.
He's just been quiet to this point. I just hadn't seen him, hadn't had his hand on the ball. Napier brings the ball across midcourt for the Patriots. He's got Andrew Combs waiting on him.
Look for Kobe Napier to drive here at the end of the clock and try to get to the free throw line or score a bucket here.
Patriot faithful comes to life as they cheer their Patriots on to the end of this third period. Combs comes out to man up on Napier, trying to force the issue. Napier backs him off, tries to drive around on the right side.
5 second call is going to be close there. Off the Kaiser Sloan for three.
Wow, big time shot for Kaiser Sloan. 40-31. Patriots have came back with a vengeance in this third quarter. Combs dribbles off to Christie. 10 seconds now. Christie goes in the lane. Shepard goes up with him, and he's going to get called for the foul, I think. Nope, that one's going to be called on Huff. Huff and Shepard were right with Christie when he went up. 7.9 seconds left to go in the third. 40-31.
The Bobcats so far in this quarter have been outscored 19-2.
Yep.
You know, a phenomenal defensive effort in the third quarter by the Patriots. As Christie does draw the Bobcats within 8 there.
Blake Ritchie and Isaac Bellamy going to come in for the Bobcats.
Real important here for the Bobcats to not allow a bucket here this last 7-9. You know, give yourself a chance here going into the fourth.
Christie's second shot is up, and it's good. Nothing but net on that free throw. Drake Sloan going to come up for the Patriots. He pushes down the lane, dishes off to Kaiser Sloan for another three. Off the rim, no good. Off the hand of Isaac Bellamy, out of bounds with 0.5 of a second left in the third. Patriots will inbound the ball. Huff gets it into Napier, puts up a quick three, and it's in at the buzzer in the third. I said earlier Kobe Napier would come up big for this team somewhere in this game. Well, the third quarter.
That's a huge shot right there. You know, Breathitt had cut it to 7, and Napier hits a shot with 0.5 seconds left.
Well, the way I look at it, the Patriots have taken all of the body shots that the Bobcats could throw at them at this point, and Kent Dameron and Kobe Napier have came out with a vengeance in the third quarter and kind of taken things over. With McGuire sitting a little bit for the Patriots, it's been the Dameron and Napier show. Assist and points back and forth as Napier took that inbound pass and nailed that three with half of a second left in the third.
You know, that's two seniors stepping up and making huge plays. We'll thank some of our sponsors here.
Patriots with a 43-33 lead.
Our full tournament sponsors are Appalachian Regional Healthcare, First Trust Bank, the law office of David A. Johnson, Appalachian Wireless, Pdq Sales and Services, and Go Time Steak and Shake.
Big thanks to those sponsors.
We'd also like to thank Jackson Deposit Bank, Variety Pizza, Jackson Electric, Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, Jackson Physical Therapy, and Law Office of Darrell Hurley.
Luke Bellamy back in the game for the Bobcats. Bellamy over to Combs. He's going to dish off to Sperry. Sperry looks, passes off to Christie. Christie's going to drive. He's going to go in against Huff. Up and shots no good. Shepard trying to hang on to it for the Patriots. Over to Drake Sloan. Sloan running the point for the Patriots. Working against Luke Bellamy. Clears Huff out. Napier with the ball, gets a pick.
Illegal screen there.
Yep, they're going to get called for an illegal screen. That'll be on, Sloan's called for it. Sperry will inbound the ball for the Bobcats. Over to Bellamy, that ball now back to Sperry. Sperry brings it front court. Dishes off to Combs. Combs finds Bellamy. Bellamy for three. Wow, looked like it was going to be good, but it rimmed off. Bobcats look a little bit out of sorts right now, Lucas.
Yeah, you know, they've lost a 8-point lead, and now they find themselves down 10, and they've got to find a little bit of energy to make a push here late in this fourth quarter.
There's Shepard in the lane, no good. Hoskins with the big rebound. Up quick to Sperry. Sperry's going to drive on the other side of Sloan. Goes up, no good. Hits the deck. Foul going to be called on Kaiser Sloan, I do believe, or is that Kobe? No, that's Kobe Napier.
Kobe Napier, yeah. Knott's really committed to taking charges all game, and you know, that's a risk-reward type thing. You can get some calls, but you can also put your guys at risk of foul trouble.
That foul did go on Kaiser Sloan. Sperry at the line. First shot's good. That'll make it 34-43. Patriots with the lead.
Coach King, he's going to try to steal another minute or so. Well, I say that, and here comes Josh McGuire and Kent Dameron.
Sperry's second shot rolls off, no good. Shepard hooks Hoskins, gets the rebound. Napier going to bring the ball up the court. Sperry waiting on him at the midcourt line. Dishes over to Drake Sloan in the corner. Sperry tips that away from Drake Sloan. Sloan's trapped over in the corner.
King's going to call a timeout there. It's a good timeout there.
A good timeout by Coach King at that point.
You had a smaller guard trapped over in the corner.
Two lengthy guards on him.
Yeah. The Bobcats still in this. You know, they're down 9 with 6:30 to go. They've just got to find a way to get some stops and turn that into some offense.
Right now, Coach Noble's just got to look at the guys on the bench and say, hey, you starters sitting here in front of me. We got to have something. We got to make something happen. We need somebody to get after it. You know, at this point, a three ball wouldn't hurt, but it would be nice to see the Bobcats go inside, maybe draw a foul, and get a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Coach King, I'm sure he's telling his guys right now, you know, we want to be patient. We want to get the ball in Napier, Dameron, or McGuire's hands down the stretch here. And they'll take 75-80% of the Patriots shots the rest of the way. The Breathitt faithful rising up there.
Patriots get to inbound the ball. Shepard. Get it into Dameron. Dameron going to be doubled. Now up to Sloan. Now to Shepard. Shepard dishes back to Sloan. Sloan finds Dameron, top of the key. Looking for the open Patriot. He finds Napier.
Nice
Napier dishes under the basket to Sloan. A cutting Sloan.
We had a Bobcat got caught looking at the ball, and backdoor cut there for an easy layup.
Sperry going to go with it.
Misses.
No good.
That's off of McGuire, and will stay with the Bobcats.
.5:58 to go in the fourth. 45-34. Sperry inbounds for the Bobcats. Got to get it in. Finds Hoskins over in the corner. Hoskins dribbles out. Gives to Sperry. Sperry, top of the key, passes over to Christie on the right wing.
I think Breathitt has to find a little bit of urgency as Hoskins is going to fire a three, and it rims up nice. Offensive rebound there by Sperry, and he'll be fouled.
Hoskins had a good look and a good shot, and it almost went in, just rimmed out. Sperry goes up hard, gets fouled. He'll go to the line for two. Is that foul?
I think that was on Napier.
That goes on Napier. That's his second. That free throw shot by Sperry is good. 45-35. Bobcats with a 10-point deficit. 5:42 to go. Sperry's second shot is up, and it's good.
Bobcats going to try to apply a little full court pressure here. Dameron's able to get through it.
Patriots able to shake that as Dameron comes across with it. Moves quickly under the basket to Napier. And Christie went up for the block, and he's going to get called for the foul.
I don't think Coach Noble agreed with that one, and I'll be honest, he might have got him in the body, but he didn't get him on the hand.
No.
I didn't see much there either.
Coach Noble pleads his case to the referee as Colby Napier steps to the free throw line. He's been good from there today. He hits his first. That's the second foul on Tyler Christie. Second shot by Napier is good.
Pushes it back to an 11-point lead with 5:30 to go. Bobcats got to find a little bit sense of urgency as Bellamy drives and puts the shot up and in. Nice take there by Luke Bellamy.
Yeah, nice shot by Bellamy as he drives the lane, puts up a floater, and it bounces in.
Bobcats just got to find a way, and there it is.
And there's a quick foul on Sloan as he bodies up against Combs. That's what the Bobcats needed.
Absolutely.
That's the pleasure of being able to run the press in that setting. Bobcats able to come up with a turnover.
Combs will be at the line for 1-and-1 now. 2 big free throws. As you've seen in the last game, Estill had chances time after time at the free throw line to cut into the lead and actually take the lead if they'd have hit most of them and couldn't convert. So the Bobcats need these two here.
5:18 to go in the fourth. Combs' first free throw. It's up and rims off. Dameron brings the ball up for the Patriots.
Bobcats are going to have to be a little more aggressive on defense. Knott County won't take a bad shot here.
Napier's calling for it under the basket against Combs. Dameron working against Bellamy like you spoke of earlier. Bellamy's taking it away, that right-hand move of Dameron. McGuire out with it at the left wing. Now back to Dameron. Working against Bellamy. Want to force him to go into the lane. He does with a nice layup by Dameron, 49-38. Spurry goes in with a move of his own, no good, and he ties up Colby Napier.
I think that's 4 on Austin Sperry.
That'll be 4 on Sperry. 4:29 to go in the fourth, 49-38. Colby Napier's directing his Patriots, backing McGuire up. Shepard over to Dameron. Now back to Shepard. Now up the court to Drake Sloan. Now back to Shepard to Dameron. They get it across inside to Drake Sloan. Drake's going to stop, put up a short jumper. It's good. You can't leave that young man open.
No, he found an open space there and took a nice set shot.
Bellamy going to go in, and McGuire went up to block that one. I don't know if it'll be on Sloan. I think it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Foul going to be on Drake Sloan. I think that's 2 on him, I believe. Yep. Luke Bellamy finds himself at the free throw line.
With 4 minutes left in the fourth, the Patriots in the second half have went on a 30-9 run.
That's unreal.
And that's a testament to having a bunch of seniors out there that didn't want to see their career end. And, they found that extra motivation to play extremely hard on the defensive end. As Coach Noble was going to call timeout. He's got time for one more run, I think.
Yeah. We talked about the experience level at the beginning of this game as the Bobcats don't have near as many seniors and upperclassmen as the Patriots do. We'll take a minute to read some sponsors.
Our full tournament sponsors are Appalachian Regional Health Care, First Trust Bank, Law Office of David A. Johnson, Appalachian Wireless, Pdq Sales and Service, and Go Time Steak and Shake. And we'd also like to thank our Breathitt sponsors, Jackson Deposit Bank, Variety Pizza, Jackson Electric, Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, Jackson Physical Therapy, and the Law Office of Darrell Hurrell. Thank those people for making this game possible. I'm not exactly sure how many people we've got viewing, but it's been a great ball game, Rob.
Yeah, we've got about 287 on Facebook, and we'd like to remind everybody to go to YouTube and subscribe if you haven't already. Become a free member. It is free. You just hit the subscribe button.
And we would also like to remind everybody that we'll be doing live post-game press conferences after the games with both teams. So you can tune in to YouTube or Facebook for that.
I'll tell you what a great place to be hosting the regional tournament here in the Farice Woods Coliseum in Jackson, Kentucky. Beautiful location for this game.
And a turnover here as the ball is dribbled off of Dameron's leg. So the Bobcats catch a break here.
4:05 to go. Bobcats need a shot in the arm quick. Need to get something going so they can get some momentum in their direction. Sperry inbounds the ball to Combs. Now back to Sperry. He's going to step back and shoot the three. No good. Rims off. Christie tries to save it from going out of bounds. And it bounces out. Going to be Patriot ball.
Bobcats just couldn't get the big shot to go so far in this second half.
Dameron brings it up to Sloan. Now back to Dameron. Tries to get it across court. And he does, working against Bellamy and Sperry. Bellamy going to get called for that reach in.
And Dameron will go to the line for 1-and-1. On the year, he's a 66.7% free throw shooter.
Man, he's a quick guard. He's made so much happen under the basket today for Kobe Napier and for Josh McGuire.
He's really shifty.
Yeah. He's going one way and he passes another way, and he always finds his open teammate.
Converts the first free throw, make it 52-39.
Second shot is good. 53-39. Bobcats bring it up the court. Combs back to Sperry. Inside to Christie, who goes to the basket quickly and puts it up and in. Nice open play by Christie. Nice pass inside. Dameron over to Sloan for the Patriots. Trying to get it across against Breathitt's pressure. Sloan almost loses the handle over to Napier. Napier's going to be left open under the basket to McGuire, and it's up and in. Good for Josh McGuire. Bellamy pushes up the court for the Bobcats. Going to take the long three. No good. Coach John Noble does not look happy about that shot.
No, you have to obviously try to score a little quicker, but you have to, get a little higher percentage shot than that, I think.
Sloan working around top of the key for the Patriots, working against Sperry. Sperry looking at the ball. Sloan going to drive to the basket, goes in, and he's going to get hammered. Under the basket with Sperry and Christie and Hoskins. Foul going to be called on Hoskins.
Timeout going to be taken here by Coach Noble.
By the Bobcats. Well, if you're Coach King, you got to be happy right now with what the effort that your upperclassmen and your Patriots have shown you to this point. Had some great plays by Kobe Napier and Kaiser Sloan, and also Josh McGuire doing some hard work under the basket. A young man that's not got much mention today is Shepard. Shepard's kind of been the anchor on defense and offense. He's
a glue guy.
Yeah, he's not put the ball up a lot, but he's found a lot of rebounds and been there when he needed to be to get the ball. And you got to love the effort of a player like that doesn't get a lot of recognition, but like you said, he's the glue. Bobcats looking for some answers as Coach Noble breaks his huddle, sends his troops back out on the court. Bellamy, Christie, Sperry, Hoskins, and Combs for the Bobcats. Drake Sloan's free throw, first one's good. 56-41. Patriots with a commanding lead here with 2:50 to go. Bobcats trying to find a way back into this one as Drake Sloan hits his second free throw. Ball up the court now for the Bobcats to Sperry. Sperry looks to drive, dishes over to Christie. Christie looks inside. Hoskins calls for it. He's working against McGuire. He turns, spins, goes up. Lost a handle, but Luke Bellamy with a nice rebound and put back. Good job by Luke Bellamy to be there when he needed to be to get the ball. 2:29.
Nice steal there by Andrew Combs. He's driving in.
Combs missed the layup, but Bellamy going to come down with it.
A foul on Drake Sloan on the box out there.
Yep.
Spurrier will go to the line there.
43-57, 2:25 to go.
Coach King, he's talking to his young point guard, telling him, don't let that trap get to you, because that makes them that much longer. The closer they get to you, get rid of that ball before they get there.
Well, I love the effort of number 1, Drake Sloan. You talk about people that you want on your team. For a kid being in the 8th grade to come out in a matchup like this and perform the way he has, he's done an excellent job being in the 8th grade. The first shot by Sperry was good. He stepped to the line for his second. It's good. Nothing but net on that one, 45-57.
Bobcats have to find a couple turnovers here to have a chance.
Really need one right now with a 12-point deficit. Napier with it, top of the key.
That's a veteran move there. He could have turned and possibly tried to throw that ball over Tyler Christie, but Christie's a phenomenal athlete. And, you know, Napier backed it out, and they'll run 30 or 40 seconds off the clock here if they ain't fouled. That'll be number 5 on Hoskins.
Dameron going to be fouled by Hoskins. Big Bryce Hoskins, big man for the Bobcats, going to take a seat with a big hand clap. And Caden Turner going to come in for the Bobcats. 2:01 to go in the 4th, 45-57. Kent Dameron steps to the line for the Patriots. Shot is up, and it's no good. Rims off, rebound down to Christie. Christie pushes the ball up the court. He's going to go all the way into the basket.
Nice pass
to Caden Turner. Nice assist by Christie to Caden Turner, who found the basket. And Shepard can't get the ball in, and he calls a timeout. 47-57.
The Bobcats, they've got to find a couple more of those easy buckets quick there.
They got to do it quick.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be complacent at this point. You got to go.
They've got to get a couple turnovers. You can't foul and try to catch up that way. You've got to catch a break or two here and there with a couple turnovers here late to have a shot at this. But Caden Turner again comes in the game and makes an impact there.
I'll tell you what, when you look Caden Turner up in the dictionary, it just shows points.
Yep.
The young man's come in all season and been able to put some points on the board for the Bobcats. Great effort by him tonight. 1:47 to go, 10-point ball game. Bobcats trying to eat away at the lead. At this point, they're still looking for some answers. Hoskins had to go to the bench with 5 fouls. Caden Turner's come in.
And, you know, obviously Coach Noble, he's not a guy that's ever going to make an excuse or anything, but I'd have really liked to have seen this game played with a Jalen Turner out there. You know, Coach Noble, you know, he still expects his kids to come out and play, and they've done a good job of it. Let's look for a long pass here with nobody back for Breathitt.
McGuire gets it up the court to Napier, who's wide open. Christie comes up, catches him. Ball goes in for Napier.
He stepped on the line, he did.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he did.
Yep, Christie stepped on got a toe on the inbounds line, trying to throw the ball in, and that's going to be a turnover to the Patriots. We'll take a quick minute here to mention our 14th region tournament sponsors. Happy to have all these businesses on board for the whole tournament. Appalachian Regional Healthcare, the healthcare system of Appalachia. First Trust Bank in Hazard, London, and Richmond. Law Office of David A. Johnson. Locations in Hazard and Jackson. Eastern Kentuckians fighting for Eastern Kentucky. Appalachian Wireless. You always get more from Appalachian Wireless. Pdq Sales and Services, formerly Jackson Wholesale, serving all your wholesale needs. Steak and Shake and Go Time. With 6 locations in our region, we want to say special thank you to all of those sponsors for coming on board for being tournament sponsors, and also a big thank you to Jackson Deposit Bank, Variety Pizza, Jackson Electric, Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, Jackson Physical Therapy, and the Law Office of Darrell Harold. Special thanks to all of them for being our sponsors, always sponsoring Breathitt High, supporting the Bobcats. 1:38 to go, 59-47 left in this one as the Patriots come up with a turnover. Shepard inbounds the ball to Dameron. Dameron's going to dribble out here to the right wing. Bellamy looking for help. They're going to tie him up in the corner. Christie's going to foul him. 1:29 to go. We're going to send Dameron to the free throw line. at this point, you got to stop the clock if you're the Bobcats. That's the only way you can manage this game.
Yeah, it's a steal or a foul pretty quick, you know, for the Bobcats.
Dameron at the line, all the other Patriots back. First shot is good, 60-47. Dameron toes the line for the second shot. It's up and it rolls off. Caden Turner with the rebound. Sperry going to push the ball up the court. Almost loses the handle, looks to dish it over in the corner, but he finds Bellamy at the top of the key for three. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Luke Bellamy. 10-point ball game, 1:15 to go. Napier going to bring it up for the Patriots. Dish underneath the basket to Josh McGuire is good. Bellamy now loses Dameron, brings him ball up the court. Dishes, tries to get it back out to Combs and loses the ball to Drake Sloan. Sloan going to bring the ball up over on that left wing. Now inside to Colby Napier, who drives. He goes in against Caden Turner, puts it up, and it rolls in for Colby Napier. Christie now to Bellamy. Bellamy going to launch a big three, no good. Ball tipped. Combs comes up with it, goes up, no good.
Coach King's not going to be happy about that. You know, up 14 with 39 seconds to go. Let him score the layup and get back.
Yeah, let him go. So Combs going to go to the free throw line.
You know, one thing I would say to the Breathitt Bobcat faithful fans are, you know, look at Knott County's team. They're a senior-dominated team. And look at Breathitt's team, a team that in the next 2 years is basically going to be like this Knott County team. You know, Breathitt starts 1 freshman, 3 sophomores, and a junior, basically. And then has Tyler Christie also as a senior. But, you know, this is a learning experience for this young Bobcat team. And, you know, coming into next year, they're going to be a front runner and a favorite, you know. So that's a
lot more experienced team when that comes around next season. And I tell you what, Bobcats, nothing to hang their head about is they've played tough all season.
Well, and, you know, if you're Coach Noble, you've got to be excited going into the offseason with, you know, the way Andrew Combs has played in the district final and this game today, and Caden Turner.
Caden Turner,
you know? So, you know, as the Bobcats get some subs in.
We've got Ben Wooten, Isaac Bellamy, Jackson Hamilton, Blake Ritchie, and Matthew Farmer, another senior, in the game for the Bobcats as Dameron puts up another free throw, no good. Rebound down to Farmer. Farmer over to Hamilton. 24 seconds to go. Hamilton going to put up a long 3 ball, no good. Going to go out of bounds. Ball turned over to the Patriots. Ball inbounds.
Coach Noble's not going to foul here.
No, Coach Noble's called the troops off. Napier's going to walk it down with less than 12 seconds to go. Ritchie sets up behind Napier. Patriots going to walk the ball out. 1 second to go. Patriots going to get out of this game with a 64-51 victory over the hometown Breathitt Bobcats. As we'll take a commercial break and talk about our sponsors, and then Lucas and I will come back and recap this game.
Appalachian Wireless puts service, towers, and technology in areas that other carriers won't. With almost 300 towers in our 29 county coverage area, we know for our communities to grow, they have to have connectivity to succeed. That's why Appalachian Wireless's primary focus is to provide support and service to communities that are in our coverage area. Advancing the gap between technology and communities is our goal of providing a better tomorrow for Appalachia. We are the region's best and most reliable network. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Pdq Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
You may recognize us from some of our more lighthearted ads, but here at the law office of David A. Johnson, we take wrecks seriously, especially big truck wrecks.
Our attorneys live and work in the same communities as our clients. You may run into them at the grocery store, you may see them at the post office, but one place big insurance companies don't want to see them is here in the courtroom.
With over 35 years of experience, our clients get paid.
If you're involved in an accident, call the Car Wreck Pros.
Bank and Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Variety Pizza. Family owned and operated, serving the community with homemade and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more for over 45 years. Located at 1189 Main Street, Jackson, Kentucky. Available for dine-in and carry-out, with private party spaces available. Stop by and visit us or call 606-666-5454.
At Jackson Deposit Bank, you will find the same small-town community bank atmosphere our loyal customers have expected and appreciated for over a century at this location. With the new name of Jackson Deposit Bank, you will now have access to the most modern banking products and services covering all your needs. Visit us online at cdbt.com, download our mobile app, or come in and let one of our dedicated customer service representatives guide you through our many new products and services, including mobile deposit, virtual wallet, and Zelle, our newest peer-to-peer payment solution. We bring the community bank to you. Visit Jackson Deposit Bank and discover how you can now bank local anywhere. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, located in Jackson, Kentucky, is proud to serve Breathitt and surrounding communities. They are also proud to support the local schools and sports teams. Come in and allow them to help you with all your electric and plumbing supply needs. And now introducing Jackson Septic Supply, selling concrete septic tanks. Give Herbie and the gang a call at 606-666-4052 to see how they can help you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Farice Woods Coliseum in Jackson, Kentucky, where the hometown Breathitt Bobcats faced a Knott County Central Patriot team that came in, like Lucas Miller talked about, were more experienced with a lot more upperclassmen. And we talked about it earlier, the difference that seniors make, as Colby Napier being one of those, steps in with a 27-point ball game for the Patriots. Patriots get out of here with a 64-51 victory in the second round of the 14th Region Tournament. Lucas, you got any final thoughts on this game before we break for the press conference?
Well, it was a tale of two halves, I thought. I thought Breathitt completely controlled the first half and done a great job, and took a 8-point lead in the halftime. And I thought Knott County came out in the second half and really turned up the defensive pressure. And, you had Colby Napier go for 27 points. A lot of those coming there in the second half when they needed them. And, like we talked about earlier there, I think Knott County's a senior-laden team, and the Bobcats this is a learning experience for them.
Yeah, it is.
This young Bobcat team is going to be heard from for the next few years in this region as they return, probably 85% of their scoring and rebounding. So,
Bobcats got a lot to look forward to.
Absolutely.
On the court with this ball club. Patriots will advance on with a big win. Coach King got to be happy with the way those guys played.
We'll play Perry Central now Monday at 5:30, I think. We'll have that game for you on BSN.
We'll wind things up here, folks, as they get ready to clean the Coliseum for the next game coming up here this afternoon. Lucas, it's been great doing this broadcast with you, for you and Brendan, and for Ty and Darren. We'll get out. See you next game on BSN.